Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the first Modern Warfare beta video. This is going to be my thoughts and opinions, just thoughts and opinions, right or wrong, who knows? We will see when the full game comes up. My first beta weekend thoughts. Alright, people won't stop sending me fucking invites. First weekend thoughts on the beta. I played the alpha, so I had a little bit of an idea of what to expect. It's pretty different, I'll say. If you didn't play the alpha and you played the beta, all you really got from the alpha was just an idea of the mechanic, I guess, which is a pretty big head start of okay, I know this gameplay is way different than typical Call of Duty. But the alpha was much different play styles, obviously 2v2 deathmatch. The games lasted 15-30 seconds. There's no kill streaks. You really didn't need a mini map because the maps were so small. You could see people with the naked eye. So it's a very different game. So the beta has really showed me a lot about what this game has to offer. A lot of good things, some serious bad things. Me as an opinion, as a person with an opinion that's played Call of Duty for a long time, doesn't really matter. No one has to listen, but I'm gonna voice it anyway because I feel if I just sit here quietly and the game comes out and it's shit, then I didn't do my part to provide criticism when it's due, because I think there is some things that need to be fixed and also some things that need to be praised, because this game, they did take a lot of chances with this game. It is a very different Call of Duty. Every year we say the same thing. Oh, this is, brand new COD. Oh, it's not the old one, and it ends up being fine. This is quite a change up. I mean, compared to the last few betas I've played, this one, even now, I think I hit level 20, which was the level cap for this first weekend. Even then, I didn't feel like I had a really solid grasp on strategy, and there's things that you usually pick up pretty early on, and that can help you become a better player pretty quickly. So I guess I'll jump in here. I got a little document pulled up so I can stay on track, because who would I be if I were to ramble? So I'm gonna go through the cons first, just because I think they're gonna take up the most time in discussion. Then I'll hop into some pros. And I also have a couple things I'm indifferent on, so I'm kind of interested in your guys' opinion. So for cons, the first one I want to highlight is map design. Now, of course, I'm aware that the maps that were provided are a very limited selection. That's on purpose. They don't want to give you every map, because then what's the purpose of buying the game? They still got to sell a $60 game, a base price $60 game. They still got all those packages to sell. They got a lot of money to make yet, so they're definitely not going to put out all the maps. They're not going to reveal the entire game, because that'd be silly. People would be like, all right, I played it, didn't like it, not going to buy it, and they lose a ton of revenue. That being said, maps, some of them, I haven't fallen in love with any of them yet. I'd say my favorite might be the shipment yard. I think it's Hickney Yard or something like that. It's a little bit of a smaller map, but as you can see, I have my MP7 here, so I'm much more of a run and gunner, which probably is why I'm having some problems with this game. Because if you are a run and gun type player and you've hopped on this beta at all, you know that is no longer the status quo. You need to post up in a building. You need to take some cover. Really use the map and use your surroundings to your advantage, because the days of running into a room with 4 guys and somehow slide spraying and healing and getting all the kills and everyone going crazy, this game is not going to happen unless everyone there just has one singular brain cell and forgets how to shoot. You're going to get melted. So map design, I'm not really familiar with the map names. I don't know if anyone really is yet. Again, it's been one weekend of beta. This is what I think Azir Cave or something. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it, but basically half the map is in a big-ass cave, and half of it is out here in this kind of Yemen from Black Ops 1 looking village. So the map design, this one is not as bad. The cave is interesting. I think it's going to really change up how this map plays with kill streaks. Obviously, you're not going to see any gunships or aerial stuff. You're going to see more of the AI or mainly controlled ground vehicles, which we didn't get to see any of those yet in the beta. They have a tank. They have a mini tank, a big-ass fucking tank. They got some ground stuff that will definitely, I think, be used on this cave map, because obviously, your helicopter's not going to do jack shit when the entire enemy team is in a cave. Going off that map design, I like that they're really getting creative with maps, because I think that was horribly embarrassing in Black Ops 4 in terms of what they did with creativity and just overall logic. The maps were bland, uninspired. They were awful. They didn't, just didn't play well for the game that was built. I think these maps, they are built around the game, and they are built to cater to the game, whereas, obviously Black Ops 4 brought back a lot of classics, which ironically worked better, I think, for that game than the original maps, but that's a whole separate video, and I already made a video on that. So my only real complaint, which, you're either going to completely agree or completely disagree, and you're going to judge me based on this following opinion. I think that some maps, again, there's, what is it called? Shoot. Damn it. Okay, again, I don't know the maps. I probably should have put that down on my paper, but I didn't study enough for this video. Damn it. Don't come at me too bad. There's one more map. It's hard to explain. All these maps are just so almost kind of similar. The ones that aren't in a cave are like, oh yeah, well it's like a city with a bunch of crumbled buildings. This one's in like a kind of a war-torn city, but it has like, you probably know what I'm talking about if you play the beta. It has like 3,000 windows and 40 doors and 85 cracks in the wall. I think it's too much. I think they went a little too heavy on these little peak points and making sure there was at least 3 different ways that you could look at one point. So like if someone's head glitching over here behind this house, well, let me go to one of my 6 locations that can counter this head glitch, and then I'm gonna get him. Which is why I think you're seeing, although there have been some guys, I don't know how some guys have already been dropping nukes. I think that's obviously their natural skill, but also a little bit of luck in terms of teammates running UAVs and maybe getting some map knowledge, and there's a lot goes into it, because I think my highest kill streak, I think I got like 1 or 2 chopper gunners, but you just get melted so damn quick. But I'll cover that in a second. So yeah, basically map design. I'll just see until the rest of the maps come out, because every game I've had a group that I hate, a group that I love, and some that I'm kind of meh. So we'll see. Right now, some of the maps just have way too many fucking windows. The doors, they're loud. I understand why they did it. They would again want to change up the flow of the game, make it so you have to kind of decide about going into that building. You can't just run in there. But again, it's just more and more catering to the camping play style when you have to open up a loud fucking door, like basically kick it open, and then they're like, oh, what's that thump behind me? And then of course there's a claymore there, but that's just part of the game. You can't really complain about claymores. I mean, they're hard to see, but they're damn effective. So audio is the next con. Nothing too major here. Footstep volume needs adjusted. This is a beta, I'm aware of that, but I'm just listing my first weekend to see how they shift it to the second weekend and then to the final game, so I can kind of have my own little documentation of ideas, so I know if they fix it or not, because I'll probably forget but by the time the actual game comes out. So footstep volume needs adjusted. Teammate and enemy footsteps are the same volume, which is a recipe for disaster, because again, until they put the mini-map back in, which trust me, I will get to the mini-map. I gotta hurry up, those videos are already getting 75% over. Yeah, audio footsteps, they need to change that. Enemies need to be louder, or at least, I mean, yeah, because if they kind of tone down or dial down the teammate footsteps, then the enemies get louder just a little bit. And then again, in my opinion, the directional footsteps aren't that great in this game, where if I hear someone behind me, it sounds like they're right on my ass. They might be 40 yards behind me in a building. It's kind of weird. Again, just I'm getting used to. Kill streaks don't roll over. To me, this is a big thing, because I'm a kill streak player. Black Ops 4, I enjoyed a lot of that. Just cycle streak, and you could go on a nuclear streak with your gun and be getting kill streak rewards the entire life. This game, no matter how low, no matter how high, I don't know if there's a perk for it. I didn't look too hard. I don't believe so. But as of now, to my knowledge, you get your kill streaks. Let's say you go on a 15 kill streak. Unless you're, yeah, that's the highest like game kill streak besides the nuke. You only get 1 round of kill streaks. So let's say you have a UAV and a Hellstorm missile or the guided missile, whatever, and you go on a 15 kill streak. You're not going to get those kill streaks 2-3 times. You're only going to get them once, no matter how many kills you get in that life. I don't really like that. I think that is kind of catering towards the casual audience, and that guys that are really dominating aren't going to get rounds of kill streaks. They have to die. Personally, I don't know why that's a thing. I think that really is like adding a handicap to the good players, saying, all right, although you are destroying this team, we're not going to reward you with any more kill streaks, because that'd be unfair. So I don't know about that, but that's an opinion. And then, of course, the infamous minimap. I have no idea why they took it out of this game. I guess that's a lie. I have, my idea is that they wanted to be innovative. They wanted to try something. The minimap's been a part of the game, I think, since COD 2 or COD 3. I didn't play those, but those are way, way old school. There's always been hardcore. There's some games have had some no HUD realism mode, or some alternate game modes where you could hop in and there'd be no minimap. Typically lower health, but there's been no minimap. There's been things that have been quote unquote classic. But the minimap has always been there for the public games, the standard casual play. It's been there in the Pro League. I don't know why they took the minimap out, especially for a game they built like this, where there are 400 different ways to get somewhere and 15 windows to watch from one building. to have no mini map to me is idiotic. You can't tell where people are shooting at you from. Again, you could always do the thing where the suppressor hides the mini map location. That's pretty standard, pretty fair. I think everyone agrees with that. And then basically it just kind of equals out the whole game because you're not getting shot up from 3 different directions. You have no idea where. And also it's a new game. So you have no idea how to guide yourself through the map if you don't have a mini map to show you, oh, I'm going to go here, then I can hop over here. Mini map, they put it back in. They say temporarily. It better be permanently that you need it for this game. The kill time's way too fast. There's too many flanks. You need a mini map for organization, for game logic, game flow, everything. Yeah, I guess I just covered the negatives. So, yeah, pros, I like the guns. They feel good. No overpowered secondaries. I think they're just pistols and rocket launchers. Kill streaks are good. They feel fine. Again, most maps are indoors. They don't do a whole lot, but I haven't seen anything that's overpowered, and most of them do the job they're advertised. Integrated callouts with a compass thing. Big team game modes are fun. Feels like a little bit of a Battlefield vibe thing. Snipers feel balanced. The zoom is pretty balanced. You're not getting quick scoped like crazy. Gunsmith is pretty cool. I do like the gunsmith, the way it kind of describes the attachments. I know it's always been, there's been like a little description, but it does feel cool to hop in the gunsmith, and there is a very broad variety of things you can do to a gun depending on the weapon class. It does feel kind of fun, and it does make you think about this playstyle you want. Do you want to put a bipod on? Do you want to put a grip? And they have different pros and cons to each attachment, which I do like. I like how that kind of balances out the gameplay. And then indifferent, the scope glare on the sniper rifle. I'm not a sniper, so I don't know how I feel about that. It does give me, it helps because for a while there was no mini map, and again there are the 45 different holes in the walls, so it gave you an idea of where the snipers are at. I'm not a sniper, so I don't know how they feel about that in terms of, no matter where the guy is, he looks in your general direction. It has a beat on exactly where you're at. Kind of defeats the purpose of like sniping, which is, kind of gillied up, hide in the grass. I'm kind of indifferent on that. I'm not a sniper. And then the time to kill, I heard some complaints about this. That's way too fast. I can see where the argument comes from, but at the same time, it is a different game. The games over the years have varied, not incredibly, but they have tinkered around with the kill time. Some games are notorious for their fast kill time. Some games are notorious for their slow to kill time. Like Black Ops 4, I feel that's a very slow to kill game. Like if you were to flip-flop back and forth, I feel like you would shoot a guy twice in Black Ops 4 and be like, yep, he's dead, and forget he has 150 health, has a stim shot, blah, 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 blah. Whereas Modern Warfare, it really is a 2-bullet upper chest kill, and unless you're super far away with like a submachine gun. But time to kill, I'm indifferent because I feel like that's a really low-hanging fruit in terms of complaints, because that just, to me, is screaming like I'm bad. I'm getting melted. This game is bad. I don't want to go down that road. I'm trying to stay pretty objective with my criticism, like map design, audio, kill streaks don't roll over. That's a complete decision on their part. That's not like a game mechanic failure. That's just what they decided. I don't know why. And then of course the infamous mini map, it needs to be there. That's my opinion. But yeah, that's my thoughts and opinions on the first weekend of the Modern Warfare beta. Beta number 2, I guess the second weekend is this following weekend. I'll probably play a little bit. Like I said, I hit the level 20 cap for the first weekend. I think that's what it was. But I'm pretty busy. I'm a junior in college, so I got things to do. And I'm not super into this game yet. And my friends really aren't, so it's not like the old school days where I would just, not come out of the room for the entire weekend and grind the beta like I did for Black Ops 3, maybe even a little bit of Black Ops 4. Like, it's just as time progresses, it gets different. But not necessarily a bad thing. It's just life. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it went a little bit long, but some of the cons just needed a little bit more explanation, because I think those problems, if are fixed, will make this game phenomenal. Literally, like adding the minimap back in temporarily. It was zoomed and delayed when it ended the beta this current weekend, but still, it changed the game so much. Like knowing where my team was, and they're like, well, you can see them with their outline. It's different. I want to look at the minimap. Is my team behind me? Are they to the left, to the right? I can predict spawn locations. Okay, am I seeing a grouping of enemies over here? All right, they might be fortified over here. Am I going to run in there like a psycho? There's a lot of information you get, more than just, hey, there's a guy shooting behind me from a mini-map. So I think that's really important to be there, and that's probably my biggest criticism, and that's a very shared criticism among the Call of Duty community, to be added into the overall finished product of the game. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's coming up on 15 minutes, so I got to shut the hell up, and I got to get to the gym. So like I said, if you guys like it, hope you leave a like down below. Don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. It always makes me feel good that people actually care what I'm doing here. I guess it's just a hobby, but, let me know you're out there. So, yeah, have a good day. Peace.